Dear viewers, please advise if the audio signal is reaching you. Comment section, kindly advise if you are receiving the audio signal. have momentarily been having a loss of audio for the YouTube stream. Kindly now inform me if your signal is back, YouTubers. We are back in a match that was so expected, at least from myself, for being one of the most competitive and most tightly contested affairs in this competition. But sometimes there is an issue when you are an opponent of this guy. He's not very comfortable, I have to say. Caesar playing on these United tables, originally from South Africa. It's one of those reasons that I really thought at the start that Mandy stands a very good chance of winning this match. There goes the first big miss of the match from Caesar. And looking at the venue, in and around the venue, and online, I can say that Queen's Academy, Queen's Polo Club, Blawayo is on fire. This time Mandy will be doing one effective snooker. Caesar may have blown his chance of trying to win this frame. Off two cushions, he does find the red. I was having a little discussion with Mandy yesterday night when the tournament was able to conclude its first day. I was just asking him what really caused his exit, at least in the first round earlier on, in the first life. He just told me it is a game. Tomorrow I will screw them. Those were his words. He has so far defeated one opponent today, but his second opponent is the event's defending champion. For some of the people, the tournament favorites, some. This tournament also has its first winner, Jeremiah Naido. It has a host of other South Africans, including Aiden, being the king of tournaments, by the way, Aiden, on the African continent, being the double defending champion of the African Championships. And yet Mandi, even in frame number 5, commits very cheap and forced errors, attempting to snooker and coming short as much as he did in 3 of the first 4 frames. The Scorpion will need to perforate to the corner pocket diagonally, white ball being spinned backwards. He wants to put back to the center pocket on the right. Beautiful queuing from the Scorpion. The rest is a formality. Mandi Mente 0, Caesar Chandiga 5, race to 9. It is Melvin Mukonza 2 and Richard Mushobe, the family man 1. Thank you for watching. Lionel Rapu, Gilbert L. Innocent Kule, watching from Mitiana in central Uganda. Benjamin Tango Music. God knows Nyangona must be watching from somewhere in Zim. Juma Bagonza Shafik Kizito Enes Tumuhaire. Reed Motors. Your team Francis Mukwekwe, that makes you a supporter of a losing player in a media money match that happened as one of the curtain raising events of the competition. A polite reminder to you, Africa, that I defeated Francis Mokwekwe by 9 frames to 7 in the curtain raising money match, and yes, he is $200 poorer because of playing not so well against a shooter like myself. I made use of that chance to remind him of the reason as to why oranges are green and yet they are supposed to be orange. He is now fully aware of the reason as to why an elephant is so big with a very small tail. Francis Mukoko is fully aware of the reason as to why chicken take too much water but they never urinate. Caesar Chandiga, the Ugandan Scorpion, is on the verge of making it 6. Is on the verge of making very light on the South African in Mandi, who is a shadow of himself, at least in terms of performances in this match. Rolling white ball around the cushions of the table, sometimes as though he's pressing it by plain hand, aiming for the black, choking using the scorpion choke, attempting to put the black to the center pocket. On the left, he aims and shoots and puts. The Scorpion 6, Mandi 0, race to 9. It is highly likely that you are watching the last involvement of South Africa's Mandi in this competition. It just does not happen for Caesar to go 6 frames up to need 3, while you need 9 as an opponent of his, and you get to win the match. That simply doesn't happen. You are not listening to me as a Ugandan, you are listening to someone that has been streaming his games for the last 6 years and still ongoing. The only times that I have seen Caesar lose to South Africans who came from down are 2, and both of those times South Africans needed to win the last 4 frames of the match. One was the great Aiden Joseph, who was down by 16 frames to 20. Actually, he won the last 5 frames, 4 of them with 1 visit of the table, and then the decider. But the 4 frames were won, yes, with either green or red apple. Caesar almost not getting chance to play, apart from the 2 times when he broke, but making dry breaks in Kampala, racing to 21 for $2,000. This second time was also in Kampala, where Caesar lost to Jeremiah Naido after leading by 20 frames to 17 at Climax Bar, racing again to 21 for $2,000. Jerry winning the last 4 frames and winning the match in a decider. Of course, Caesar got to ask for rematch with double the stake and a different venue, and won by 25 frames to 10. Thank you for watching. My good friend Prince Morake must be watching this action all the way from Johannesburg. And also, your work for the sport is really appreciated. No, a person doesn't need to be watching or involved in the pool tables to see what you have been doing for South African pool all over the years. And this will come back from, was it Australia? Caesar is making light work of Mandy. Really feel for an opponent of this guy. He is playing like a wounded scorpion, having the mind of Eshka, having in the mind Eshka, who defeated him in his first life, knowing that he has 1 leg on which he has to foot all the way up to the final. The black is rolled into the corner pocket for the 7th time in 7 frames. Mandy 0, Caesar 7. rest to 9. The dancing Mandy is in trouble with a capital T. To make matters worse for him, he gets a dry break. That is Francis Mkoke almost giving Caesar 8 frames. I think in mind he still has that many match I played with him. It is still 7-0. On an open table is Caesar. Also, thank you for watching. Ahmed Khalid from Abu Dhabi, Lawrence Wenger, Joe Swag, Hilda Lux Nandutu, Spice, Tebian Salam, Moses BK, Narwesh Sekala, Eugene Bakang Taylor, and way more than 1,000 of other viewers who are choosing to have this as a way to start off their Sunday afternoon, both on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube respectively. Thank you, Africa. Mandy is on a mission that has never ever been achieved before. I have never ever seen Caesar losing 9 frames out of 10, and that is what Mandy has to do if he is to stand any chance of winning this match. And be reminded that it is a time tournament for not more than 90 minutes in which this race to 9 must be completed. For those of you who are watching from YouTube, you can play the video backwards touching the red line below. You will be realizing that the match has been played for 37 minutes. Yes, there is more than enough time, 53 minutes in which Mandy can win 9 frames before Caesar can win 2. That is out of 10. Quite unlikely. It is now 2-2 between Richard Mushobe, the family man, and Malvan Mkonza. That match that is being streamed on Qpixel's photography on Facebook. It will be one of the stories of the tournament in which the new biggest hope of Zimbabwe, the home team, Maluva, is defeated by a kid from the same country. I'm not calling him a kid because of age, but yes, he is a very young man. Maluva is a young man as well, by the way. At 22, Caesar and Mandy are a generation apart in terms of age. But the Ugandan is leading by 7 frames to 0. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine, Mr. Cho. How's it?
Just your name and yes, your role in the tournament. People have to appreciate the people who put in the groundwork.
Thank you so much. My name is Ozitsiko. I'm part of the organizing team here for the Queen's International Tournament. Thank you so much, Mr. Chowe, for the recognition.
It is very clear that this tournament is bigger and better. How have you people been able to pull it off so far? Everything is in touch, is in sync. There is a different setup of these 2 tables, which are camera tables. There are fans which are standing and sitting a big distance away from the tables, from the main hall, from the cage, and then from this playing area. And how have you been able to secure sponsorship, pull off these players that are coming from 8 different players? What have you done different from other organizers?
Thank you so much. So this being the 3rd edition, well, obviously we came back bigger and better. And as you can see, we have sponsors here like Ultra Food, Rubber City, as well as Premier Packaging. These are just people that are pool lovers. They are doing this for the love of the sport. It's not to say like they are getting anything out of it. And hopefully with time we are going to get some more corporate sponsors.
Now, is there anything more special being organized for the 2026 edition?
Let me not preempt it. We'll get back to you.
Thank you for the work, and enjoy the tournament. Enjoy the fruits of your work.
Thank you so much. I'm watching Caesar play there. He's actually one of my favorites. In Kampala, you can call me Brajo.
Brajo.
Brajo, yes, that's my Kampala name.
Oh, there we are. If Caesar can watch this ball like he seemingly will, maybe another game will be flipping away from Mandy. He has sight of the red ball to the extreme corner pocket. Caesar, he simply has to roll it, but he's not a roller. He'll be playing stop shot, tapping it like just that, and the rest is a formality. As he gets to pot black ball for the 8th time, they do not believe what they are seeing in front of their eyes in Johannesburg and Durban and Cape Town, that the Scorpion is making the Ugandans happy from Malira and Kampala and Gulu and everywhere in between. He leads against one of the best players in the competition by 8 frames to nil. This one is likely to go down as the biggest humiliation in the history of the tournament. Caesar 8, Mandy 0, rest to 9. The little bit of information rumor that I'm giving to you is that Jerry and Harry have now gotten themselves to a close position to the table just to see what exactly is happening to their teammate. Just who can even dare to beat a player as good as Mandisa by 9 frames to 0. There goes the break. A dry break it is. And every South African will be saying, come on, Mandisa, you may not win the match, you may not win the tournament, but bow down like a man. He's having the task of his life, Mandy. Try and win 9 frames in a row against Caesar. Maybe the only guys that can do that against the Scorpion, whom I think are the top Chinese players in Heibo. Those ones maybe on a good day they can. On the blackboard table, I really doubt. Even though Mandy is as good as Mandy, the Scorpion in this match has just been a little bit too much for him. You just feel for Mandy. His South African Airways flight from Bulawayo to Johannesburg is hitting. This Scorpion is oozing with confidence on this cold Sunday afternoon, which is seeming even colder for the pool fraternity in Gauteng, where Mandy is coming from. Caesar gets to miss a shot for the good of Mandy, for the good of the game, for the good of competition. I, as a streamer, wouldn't like to see one-sided games. I just wish Mandy can win a frame or 2 or 3, at least such that he can bow down, having potted some frames, some blacks in the competition. But it is easier said than done. He is being played out of confidence, out of competition. He will have a story to tell about Caesar after this match. Can't believe that I am watching the guy who came 3rd in the last comp of this magnitude that I was streaming with him in involvement. The Billiards Cafe Double Life comp that was won by Aiden, with fellow South African Mzama coming 2nd and Mandi coming 3rd. Can't believe that this time round he's bowing out of the competition without any attempt to try and take down Caesar. Chance for Mandi to win at least 1 in this match. Has to be careful simply not to get himself snookered by putting the red he's looking at to the corner pocket closest to the bottom of your screen on the right. He will have white ball naturally bounce off 1 or 2 cushions, then move towards the top end of the table where he's standing right now. If he does that, the rest shall be a formality. He will be pulling 1 back. he is laughing at himself, not believing the kind of performance he's having on a negative level, but also not believe the kind of positive performance that his opponent is inflicting on him in this match. He almost got knocked there, but he will be okay. He'll be pulling one back after one or two shots. A simple roll with the white ball bouncing off the cushion with very little power, but too much precision. And Mandy is coming at least one frame up. Mandy, sir, 1, Caesar 8, rest to 9. What he has to do is simply win a frame. If he does it, fight and win another. If he does it, fight and win another. That is what he can do. You never know. The more he wins, maybe he can put Caesar under some bit of pressure. Maybe he can win some good games. What he needs is to slow down Caesar's rhythm, to calm him down, to lessen the acceleration of Caesar's engine. Otherwise, so far, even though Mandy has been able to win a frame, even though he's trying to break and finish, it still looks like a humiliation. Mandy is snookered. And remember that there is no love lost between Caesar and the South African pool fraternity. Just remember that just under 1 week ago, he was having a tour of South Africa where he had a host of tournaments and many matches in Gauteng, Johannesburg, in Durban, as well as Cape Town. He came short in Johannesburg, losing out in a big money match against his long-time rival, Aiden Joseph. In Durban, he lost a money match against Jerry. It is in Cape Town where beast mode in the Scorpion was unleashed on the South Africans, winning a 4-man comp that had Aiden and Jerry, and I think Costello, if not Harry. Caesar winning the comp with 2 lives, defeating both Aiden and Jerry in that one. At that time when he played and owned Cape Town as though he was the city's executive mayor. Of course, Costello and Harry and Aiden and Jerry have all followed Caesar up across the border to Bulawayo. They still want a piece of the Ugandan. So far, the first South African is testing Caesar's blood and finding it acidic. And now that Caesar has potted a ball, it is right for you to start worrying if you are watching from Johannesburg. It is right for you to watch with anticipation if you are watching from Kitgum. Is likely to play safety. Normally he doesn't play so many safeties. Could go for the center pocket, but maybe decides that safer is more effective. very slight side of the red ball, which is just near the yellow, which is in front of the black. You will want a very sharp cut of that red to try and put it to the center pocket on the right. Very unlikely, but a little bit possible. It has to be a very good shot. Maybe play it off the cushion to try and get to the center pocket where he's having his hands. It's a shot he's playing. The shot has been played wrong and inaccurate. It could most likely be the last time that Mandy has been playing in this championship. You are watching the victory lap for the Scorpion against Mandy. 5 reds to go. There will be difficult one. If the word difficult is ever to exist against is the one that is in between red and black, which he'll be removing with a little bit of top spin. White ball following the yellow a little bit, and the rest is a formality. He's just taking his time to make sure, but I know that in his mind, Mandy, in their minds, the fans that are watching at the venue, in their minds, those that are watching online, they know that this frame is gone from Mandy. He may have to play the same shot, put that yellow to the corner pocket and to the bottom left, spinning the white ball backwards to put black to the corresponding corner pocket on the bottom right. Very likely idea, a very likely pattern, and a very well played pattern. The most one-sided match of the competition has seen the defending champion producing the performance of his life, the performance of the tournament so far. South Africa is defeated. Mandi is beaten. Final score, Caesar Chandiga 9, Mandi Mente 1. We meet in the next one. Thank you for your audience and happy lunch.